Thank you. Well, it's time now for this week's mental health moment. And we often talk about the importance of physical checkups, but checking in on our mental health is just as vital. And there's a free tool online to help you do just that. And here with us to discuss is Sweetser spokesperson Justin Chenette. Justin, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so why might an online screening tool be good as a starting point for somebody?
Well, an online screening tool that's scientifically based is really a great way to keep tabs on your mental health. And so there's a wonderful free screening tool that Mental Health America, a nonprofit organization, put out. It's screening.mhanational.org. And there's a lot of different screening tools on there, one for just general mental health. And then there's also specific tests that you can take depending on what you're experiencing, what you're feeling. And I find that these tools are really helpful not only to track your progress from one week to the next. You can take these tools over a longer period of time, but it's also helpful to just validate what you're feeling. I like to view it as like a mental health mirror, and just to reflect back to yourself to be like, okay, this is what I'm experiencing, because sometimes we get in our own way and get in our own head about those sorts of things.
Oh, we certainly do. Yeah. So once you get the results of a test, if you do this, what do you do with the results? What do you do with the findings?
Sure.
You know, what's the next step?
Well, keep in mind, this is just a snapshot of where you're at in that moment, because your mental health can constantly change. And you're going to get a numerical number. There's going to have an assigned number when you take these tests. And I think it's important to note that, again, that's not just a snapshot, but it's data that you can use for the next step. This is not a replacement for a clinical mental health assessment. Again, view it as like WebMD. When you have a physical health symptom, we all are guilty of this. We'll go on WebMD or another platform and be like, what are we experiencing? What are the symptoms? What are we going through? That doesn't negate your responsibility and the expectation to seek out professional guidance and support, like from a physician. The same thing for your mental health. So this screening tool, you have those data points. The key is to then take that information and then take it to the next level if you feel like you need it, and seek out professional support.
So it's a jumping off point, essentially.
Great starting place.
Yeah,
yes.
Great starting place.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to access mental health once you do, take the dive, take the step, right?
Absolutely. So you do this free screening tool, and then you're like, okay, I recognize in myself I do need that support. 988 is a great number if you feel like you're in the midst of a mental health crisis. 24/7 support through that platform. Of course, the free 24/7 peer support line. If you need to just talk to someone to process your feelings and emotions, but it hasn't risen to the level of a crisis level situation, that's a great hotline. And of course, if you need to schedule an appointment or you'd like to speak to a professional, you can reach out to us at info@sweetser.org as well.
Okay, Justin Chenette, spokesperson for Sweetser, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.